Guys, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney, and today you are joining me for a special video. This video is my updated e-reader collection video. Now, I did this video on my channel almost 2 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. But just to preface, I love e-reading. I've gotten more into it over the years and since I started my booktube channel. I really find it very convenient. For me, I personally don't have a lot of space for huge libraries of bookshelves, and I would love to have that, but I don't have the space for that. Also, I no longer find joy in just collecting for the sake of collecting. There are several series that I particularly like, or some auto-buy authors, or some like trilogies that I know I want all three in a book form. But for the most part, I try to do e-reading just because it's convenient for me. E-readers are a great way to continue what you're reading while you're on the go. You're waiting in the pickup line for your kids at school, you're at a doctor's appointment, you're at a sports practice, whatever it is, you can always take your e-reader with you. There's so many great places you can also buy sleeves from so that you stay protected with your e-reader. So I just love it. I'm personally a Kindle girl. I do have a Kobo Libra 2. If you want information on that, I will link the video in the card so you can check that out. And while I do think the Kobo Libra 2's make is amazing, for me personally it doesn't work as well because I'm so invested in the Amazon ecosystem, and I know that's controversial because of Jeff Bezos, but I honestly have way too many books already from Amazon that it didn't make sense to start a whole new library of books with Kobo. But I really do love that e-reader, so again, I will link that video in the cards. But today I'm going to show you the e-readers that I currently own. Yes, I have some duplicates, but there's reasons for it, and I will go through them. So I have currently 2 Paperwhites, a Kindle Oasis, and a Kindle Scribe, and then I have an honorable mention of a Kindle Fire. I'm making that an honorable mention because many people don't view that as an e-reader so much as a tablet. I don't usually use it for the internet, so I consider it an e-reader. I will talk about it, but I just want to make that an honorable mention. So let's start off with the Kindle Paperwhite. All right, so I have 2 Kindle Paperwhites, and they are exactly the same. So the first one is the black one. I got it in 2021 as a Valentine's Day present for my husband, and there's nothing really wrong with it, but I felt like it was lagging once the new ones came out. And I also liked the agave green color. I kind of want to be one of those girlies, so I also got the agave green. Now, I had the agave green, ended up giving it to a friend, and then I repurchased another one because, of course, why wouldn't I? So let's just talk about both of these. They are the same. Okay, the only difference is this one does not have ads and this one does. So I'll talk about that, but I'm going to use the agave green for reference. So this Kindle is 6.8 inches. It is larger than the older Paperwhites, and this is the 11th edition. This has 300 ppi, which just basically means the brightness of the screen. And for comparison, your phones go up to like 700, 800 nits, things like that. So 300 ppi, and the idea is it's for it to look like you're actually reading on an open book, right? And so as you get closer, you can kind of see that it's really flat and you are looking as if you are reading just paper. There is a backlight to this, which is amazing. They didn't always have backlights, and so the backlight helps when you want to read this at night, which I do a ton. It's easy to hold when you're lying down, and I personally do a pop socket on mine so that I can just hold it like this while I'm reading. But I also have a case that doesn't have a pop socket in case I get sick of this. Sometimes this hurts my fingers after a while. I don't know if anybody else gets that, but so then I end up holding it like this, or I take it off. But these stickers are not stuck on yet because I wasn't sure if I loved them. They're just kind of placed in there. And so I'm not one to like switch out the stickers a ton. It's just there's some sticker folks that I really love, and I will link them down below that I want to purchase from before I stick down. So again, 6.8 inches, 300 PPI. This device is waterproof. I've never gotten in the water with it, nor would I. But if you were at the beach and brought it with you, or by the pool, you're fine. I wouldn't go reading it underwater with your GoPro and goggles and stuff like that, but it is waterproof. And then it does have Bluetooth, so I love that. So you can hook up your Bluetooth speakers, AirPods, Galaxy Buds, Beats, whatever, to this to listen to Audible books. So that's really helpful. I haven't done that too much because honestly, if I am listening to an Audible, I probably have my phone or I'm in the car, so I have access already, but that is the capability on the Paperwhite. Now this Paperwhite came out in 2022. Or was it 2023? No, it came out in 2023 because the time is flying. And what I noticed between the difference of these is that while they are technically the exact same, they're about 2 years apart in iterations. And this one actually just moves a little bit faster. It's very, very slight. And I think because I have so many e-readers and I'm like always in the world of it, that I notice it. And then, like I said, I fully bought that for the color. But the black one just runs a little bit slower, like very, very slightly. Also, I talked about ads being on the Kindle versus no ads. So on the Kindle, if you have a Kindle that has ads in the US, basically when you put your Kindle on sleep, you'll get ads like this. This one says, great on Kindle, discover books that read, great on Kindle, great reading experience at a better value than print to keep your wallet happy, which I'm going to talk about that. That's controversial. But sometimes the covers on these will be book suggestions, and most of us read our Kindles for all types of books, and so if you're reading something spicier, you might get some recommendations for spicy titles. There's an option in here that you can go and turn off book suggestions and just like tone down the ads so you're getting something more chill like this. You can also pay the $20 to have the ads removed, which I did for this one. You can also, I've heard, just text or message with Amazon and chat with them and tell them that the ads are inappropriate or that you have kids and they're inappropriate, and they will remove the ads for you for free. But I just paid the $20. It didn't bother me, but when I didn't pay the $20, I just changed the type of ads I was seeing. Now, I was 100% spoiled because prior to getting the Kobo Libra 2, I had no idea how good it is not to have the ads on the front. I just always did the ads. It didn't bother me. But now, like, actually seeing the title and cover of the book that you're reading makes a huge difference. So I really, really appreciate that. So this is the Paperwhite. So let's move on to our next Kindle. In real time, as I am editing this video, I just went to go find the price for the Kindle Oasis, and it is not listed anymore. All you're seeing on Amazon is the international version. So TBD, they might be removing the Oasis or giving us a new model of the Oasis. So if you want like a refurbished version, I'm seeing prices between like $189. I bought it originally for $229. All right, the next Kindle I have is the Kindle Oasis. I got this in May of 2023. I picked up the Oasis because it's sort of like top of the line in my opinion. It's still very portable, but it has the buttons, the button feature. So it's kind of hard to see, but you see the other buttons. So this screen is 7 inches. It's not that much different from your regular Paperwhite, but it's 7 inches, still has the 300 PPI, still has Bluetooth, and it still is waterproof. The major difference is that you're going to get like a nicer feel on this Oasis. So the Paperwhite is plastic, it feels plastic, it's hard plastic, it's got like a rubbery back, but it's plastic. This one is plastic too, believe it or not, but this backing feels different because it's like almost feels like metal or titanium. It's not, but it just feels that way. And then you have the little groove here to hold your book this way. I actually like the Kindle Oasis without a cover or case at all, because I like to hold this, and without the, or with the case, it kind of, you can still hold it obviously, but it kind of bulks up this side, and you can see how razor thin this is. I love that feeling, but that's just me. So this device came out in 2019, and the big issue is that no new Oasis has come out since 2019, and while there are software updates that are routinely updated on your Kindle, this device is said to be somewhat slower. I find that the Kindle Oasis does not lag for me at all. In my original video, I talked about the Kindle Oasis and issues that I had with it, and since that video, issues have changed, and when I get comments, I try to go back and sing praise about the Oasis. I think the Oasis is a really great device. The battery life was actually very good. When I got my original Oasis, the battery life was not good, and then it leveled out, but it still wasn't great, and I was charging it every day or day and a half. I could read a book and then it'd be ready to charge again. So it wasn't like the best for me, charge wise. And, but I am a consistent reader. And then it started glitching where I would be reading a book, and then I get to 30%, or it didn't matter what percent. I wasn't at the end of the book, and I would progress forward, and it would say I was at the end of the book, and then I'd have to restart the device. And so I asked Amazon, which I think they're really amazing about the devices, which tells me it costs them nothing to make these devices, just want to know. So I reached out to them and I told them the issue, and this was in October, November, so I'd had the Kindle for a while, and they said they could send me a new one. They sent me a new one, but it was refurbished. And so I got back on and was like, hey, you did send me a refurbished Kindle. I was supposed to get a new Kindle. What's up? What, the one that I have is basically refurbished, and that's why I needed to swap it out. And they were really gracious about it, and they said that I could pay for a new Kindle Oasis, and once it was delivered, get back on with the chat, and they would refund me the money. I don't know why they do it that way. I guess it's a loss prevention to make sure they're not just giving away money or resending devices. Either way, it worked out. As soon as it was delivered, I got back online, different person, chatted with them, let them know the situation, and they immediately refunded the money. So really appreciated that. So once I got the newer Kindle, the battery life was so much better. And so I don't know what was going on with the one that I had, but the Oasis battery is good. So I just want to clarify. And then again, you have the buttons that advance your pages, which is nice, and it advances on your screen. I like the buttons feel fancy to me. I'm in a Kindle Paperwhite vibe right now, but I like to have an Oasis in my back pocket because the buttons, it's everything. And like I said, I love the feel of it. It's just a really solid device. So I do love that. This one, like I said, it's also waterproof. I wouldn't bring it again. I'm not dunking this, but I did spill a significant amount of water on it, and it was totally fine. And I was really worried that it wasn't gonna be, because I didn't remember hearing that this one was waterproof, but it was totally fine, no issues, and it's been pretty solid. This one's really nice though, so I have not placed stickers on it, and I would not. I have a couple of cases that have stickers on the case, but not on the device itself. It's just too nice, it's too pretty. All right, so let's look at the Kindle Scribe. Okay, so the Kindle Scribe is my most recent Kindle purchase. I got the Kindle Scribe in July of 2023, and I had only had the Kindle Oasis for a couple of months, but the bug had bitten me. If you go back to my videos, it is so funny to watch just the evolution of me saying I don't need a Kindle Scribe, I'm not getting a Kindle Scribe, and the next day it's I have the Kindle Scribe. So I personally decided to pick up the Kindle Scribe for a couple of reasons. So let me just give you some background. So this is a 10.2 inch screen. So think about the iPad 10th generation, the basic iPad, it's that size. It has also a 300 PPI. It is waterproof. Oh no, it's not waterproof, but it does have Bluetooth on it. And of course you get the pin that comes with the device. I should have gone through prices, but I'll do that at the end. And this device has capability of writing in notebooks and taking notes as you read books. So I was lured in just simply by the sheer like bragging rights of having a Scribe, to be honest. Like I really liked the size of it. I thought it was great for just like sitting and reading at home when you don't have anywhere to go. It's definitely not portable. But if you are just sitting in bed or sitting on the couch, you can read this book or this Kindle and just have it on your lap. So some cons though for me personally is that it is so big. I honestly had thought about sitting it back, but it was too late because it's just almost impractically big that when I sit and read with it, like I really have to be in the mood just to have it on my lap. It's heavy to hold. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be, but it's heavy to hold. And then like, it's not really practical to lay in bed and read it. I really liked the pin feature, not for notebooks because I do use a iPad for note-taking and things like that, but I liked the pin feature simply for highlighting and taking notes in books. I am a fantasy reader, but new-ish to fantasy, and so as I'm reading fantasy books, those are the only books I kind of annotate, and I will like highlight information or remember names of people or places, and the Scribe was great for that. Then I found out one day that I could actually highlight and type notes on any Kindle. And I was like, why do I have a Scribe? Because that was the main reason. I was like, oh, I justified that, like, I can, you know, take notes and annotate, not have to worry about the paper book, like you're ultimately saving money. And that is true, but you could also take notes on any of the Kindles. You just hold down where you want to take the note. The box comes up that asks you to write a note, and then the little screen comes up for you to type. So actually, I'll just show you. It's just kind of easier for me to show you. So let's go to the neighbor favor. I was reading this, but I'm done. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to hold down any word. And then you always get the option to highlight, note, or share. So when I click on the note, a box comes up and I can just write a note about that part of the book. I never knew that before I got the Scribe. So that was one of the reasons that I got the Scribe. Now, I will say a positive about the Scribe is that if you are a pen person, right, like you want to do the writing on it, you want to annotate, you're doing the whole thing, this pin on the Scribe is amazing. First of all, bonus that the device comes with the pin, unlike an iPad, but the writing experience is exceptional. So writing with this is literally like writing with a pencil. I don't know why I needed to write that long sentence, but I did. And like that is my handwriting. There's no slip. It's not glassy. Like this cover, you can hear it has like that little give or resistance on the screen, so you're not slipping and sliding as you're writing. Literally the best writing experience I've had with any write-on device. So I highly suggest it if you want to use it for notebooks. There's also a ton of write-on books. So I didn't realize that, but when you have the Scribe on your home screen, not only do you have like recent items, continued series, but you also have the section of write-on books if you want to do crossword puzzles or Sudoku or Bible study. All of that is right there so that you can purposely use this to write. Okay, before I talk about the Kindle Fire as the honorable mention, I want to go back over prices. So the Kindle Paperwhite, I believe, is $139, and that's with ads. The Kindle Oasis, well, I want to say it's $229, but if that's not right, I will adjust on the bottom of the screen. And the Kindle Scribe is $339. It includes the basic pencil, but I have the premium pencil that has the little squishy top here, and you can do things like erase your screen or set a shortcut to that. So that is extra. And again, if you don't want ads, then you will pay an extra $20 in the US to remove those ads. And then let's talk about the Kindle Fire really quickly. So the Kindle Fire, this is the 8-inch that I have. I haven't charged it in a while, so it's not even on. I should probably charge it. Hold. Okay, the Kindle Fire. I gave it the honorable mention because, like I said, I don't use it as a tablet. I mostly use it strictly for reading when I want to see color. And so I want to just identify that. Sorry, my dog. I want to identify that. So here's the Kindle Fire. This is the 8-inch. It is, let me turn up the brightness. It is, varies in prices. I believe this one's $79, but again, I will look and put the correct price on the bottom of the screen. And this does everything that your normal Kindle would do, but you also have the ability to download games, YouTube, Libby. And so I love using the Kindle Fire for Libby because I can get it on my phone, but it's also right here since it connects to the internet. Mine was completely dead, so I haven't used it in a while, but it's it moves at a really good pace. It's not really laggy. I'm gonna go to the library. One thing I love about the Kindle Fire is that your book selections, you have that color screen. And so sometimes when I'm uninspired in the Kindle store, I will go to like Kindle Fire and just try to see like what do the covers actually look like, because as most of us do, I do judge a book by its cover. And so if the cover's good, I might be interested in the story. And so I use this a lot for that purpose. Like I said, I have a couple of games on here. When I first got it, I played a couple of games, but usually I don't use it for anything but reading when I want to have a different experience. Now, one thing about the Kindle Fire that I didn't used to like was how harsh it was on my eyes. But what I've done, and it's been really helpful, is I have put the entire device in dark mode. And so dark mode helps a ton because you are not getting that harsh brightness. And so that one helps me personally with that. And I'll put some specs on this on the screen at some point as I'm editing. But I just wanted to mention that shortly or briefly. So when I think about the Paperwhite, the Oasis, and the Scribe, I think they each serve their purpose, and you really have to decide which is best for you. If I were to do it all again and go buy my first e-reader, I would honestly just buy the Paperwhite. The Paperwhite is the perfect combination of all the things that you need. It is pretty fast, it's portable, it's waterproof, and you get Bluetooth. And so you have all of those elements in one. It's a reasonable price, and you have so much access to tons and tons of books. That does not mean to say that the Oasis and the Scribe are not great devices. I honestly think the Scribe is the best performing device out of the entire lineup. However, the fact that it's not portable makes it lose a little points for me. And the size, while really great for sitting on the couch, it's not always practical either, and it's kind of heavy. The Oasis, also a very good device, but because it hasn't been updated since 2019, there's really no reason to get that, because either they're going to make a new one or they're going to cease the line, or it's just not going to run at the same performance level as the Scribe or Paperwhite. But if you're trying to be portable, the Paperwhite is the best way to go. Good size screen, you put it in your bag, and you're ready to go. Like I said, the Scribe is the best performing device. The battery lasts the best. It's the speediest. There's zero lag, but you can't take it anywhere. So that really shuts it down for me. The last thing I'll mention about my e-reader collection is just a little note about ebooks in general. So my original intention was that since I have all of these e-readers and I prefer to e-read, that I would really focus on buying books through my Kindle. Again, there are some sets that I buy, some auto-buy authors that I'm always going to buy, but as a rule, I generally go to the Kindle first. Even when I go to Barnes & Noble, I'm walking around, I'm taking pictures of the books that I like, then I'm going to go price them on my Kindle. What I found is that sometimes the Kindle book is more expensive than the Amazon version of a paperback or even sometimes equivalent to what you might get at Barnes & Noble. I will never understand that, because the whole point of getting an e-reader is to get a little bit of a smaller price on the books that you're paying, because you don't have a physical copy of it. So I don't know what changed. If you know, comment down below. Would love to hear that perspective. But I don't always buy my book on the e-reader if I can get it cheaper someplace else. Now again, if it's a one-off, or it's not a book that I think I will want to have later, then I'll go buy the paperback, and that's fine. I also really love, which is not the best, having the physical version of a book, especially a fantasy, and the digital version, so I can stay consistently reading it no matter where I am. But usually if I'm going to do that, I go to Libby first to see if I can borrow the book before buying 2 copies of the books. It just doesn't make sense all the time financially. But yeah, that's my entire e-reader collection. I'm so happy to update this video and show you guys what I have now. I would love to hear your comments and thoughts around the e-reader collection and what you have of your own, what you think. Ask me any questions you have. I feel like I'm pretty well versed in Kindles and happy to support your purchase of a Kindle and answer any questions you have. If you haven't checked out my other content, don't forget to check it out. I do a daily short. I do videos on Thursdays and Sundays, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.